YouTube? It's Batman, and welcome back to the Marvel Avengers beta. I wanted to give my thoughts on the beta so far, just in case if you're still thinking about pre-ordering this game. There will be an open beta beginning the weekend of August 21st through the 23rd on all platforms. You do not have to pre-order the game or anything like that to get access to it. I believe this past weekend, which I'll probably be uploading this video after the fact, was the Xbox and PC pre-order only beta, besides of course PS4. This was the open beta weekend for PS4, so hopefully y'all have gotten some gameplay in and stuff like that, so that way you can kind of start a little discussion and stuff like that in the comments below. But we'll go ahead and get right on into it. So far, I mean, I want to say I am a big Marvel fan overall, and I'm really looking forward to the game. There have been some hiccups here and there along the way with this game. I think overall it's been good. It is a beta. That's one big thing you have to remember. This is just a beta. So there are some things that can be tweaked and stuff like that along the way here before the game's full release. Because you're talking about we're about 2.5, 3 weeks away from full release anyways. So the downfall here is you only get to use 4 of the heroes. Now I understand why they want to leave some stuff up to the imagination when the game comes out. You know, there's brand new content, that whole thing. So the downfall here, like I said, just only being able to use a few of the heroes and stuff like that. I mean, I've used each one of them for a decent amount. The only one maybe I haven't used as much as the others is Black Widow. Not that it's a bad character or anything like that. It's just the overall character design and stuff like that. Maybe not, for at least my playstyle, isn't my favorite. But I do have to say, when I used her against Taskmaster in my first beta gameplay, if you haven't seen that yet, it'll be on the channel as well, and I'll link it down below. She's pretty decent. I mean, I like the gunplay and stuff like that here and there. She has some good abilities with the invisibility kind of thing and stuff like that too. But just overall, for my playstyle, isn't my favorite right now. I would probably have to stick between Hulk and Iron Man for me right now, based on the 4 that we have to play. But that's not saying too much, because again, you got like Thor, Captain America, and a few others. Now I will say, at least in the beta, the very first mission, they do allow you to use all of the main Avengers that'll be available at launch for short little snippets here and there. So even Captain America and Thor, you do get to use in the beginning, which is nice. It's at least something to get us ready, so you kind of know how they're going to play and stuff like that. So honestly, out of all the ones I've played with, even based on those, the downfall, like I said, is I haven't got to use it too long, has been Captain America. He's probably the one that I don't know, I like Black Widow stuff, being like the super and stuff like that, and all of her abilities a little bit better than Captain America's. His ability is more of just the shield running around kind of thing. So, but I mean, they did state that you will have multiple supers to kind of pick from through your skill trees and stuff like that too, I believe. So that might change up how some of these characters play as, since right now you really only get to use certain abilities anyway. So it's kind of holding back a little bit. That's why I said these are just beta thoughts right now anyways. So a lot of this could change when full release comes out and everything too. I will say, if you're a big Avengers fan, I think you'll enjoy this game. I've heard from a lot of people the gripes and complaints about certain things. My thing, it's going to be a game, you know, like they kind of want the whole Hulk and invincibility style thing to happen, and it's a video game. Like, why would you want to play as an invincible character that can't die? That's just, you know, it's just going to be just annoying. It's not fun or anything like that to play with that, you know what I mean? So I'm not really for sure. I will say I do like Hulk's abilities to an extent once you understand how they work, being the right trigger ability just to kind of have the rage going on, which kind of allows you to be invincible to an extent, but it's only for a period of time. I like that, so that way it doesn't make him an overpowered character to where you can just run through missions and have no problem whatsoever. That's why he's been one of my favorites. And then of course Iron Man, I've been playing a little bit more as the last couple days, and of course his ability is turning into the Hulkbuster and stuff like that, so I've enjoyed that as well. So, and I mean, I haven't gotten to use too many other abilities just yet, and people have to realize too, once full game releases, I feel like they're kind of boosting people a little quicker than what they would want in the main game. So you'll probably level up a tad bit slower in the main game when it comes out. So that's going to be something I think people, I don't know if they're going to like it or dislike it, depending, because I don't know what the leveling is going to look like. I know in the beta you have the challenge cards for each player and stuff like that. which is where you can get up to like level 40, I believe, right now. And it's kind of like a battle pass to an extent. So you have like stuff you unlock and like skins, that sort of thing right now. So overall, though, I mean, like I said, I've been enjoying it. I think everything's been good so far, at least for me. The boss fights and stuff like that have been good. They're kind of in between right now. I'm just curious to see what other bosses they're going to come out with, because I've said in some of my other videos, this game has, to me, endless potential. I think there could be a lot of things that could make this game really good or completely tank this game. One of the two. I don't think there's really much of an in-between. Marvel itself has so many characters being heroes or villains to put into this game that can make this game absolutely amazing. But it's the question of, will they do it? And that's what I'm kind of hoping to see that they actually do. You're going to have the in-between of people thinking that this was going to be like the next Destiny style game kind of thing, where it's the looter shooter style stuff. But my question is it going to be more of like Anthem than Destiny? So that's some questions to kind of look forward to at this point, because right now I'm just not really for sure. I think overall, I mean, like I said, I found a few things with a few characters here and there, and then some of the other missions just didn't really have too much loot. So I'm hoping maybe they do something about that, because I mean, some of the missions I was doing and some of the ones you'll probably see in this as like a gameplay in the background kind of thing, they're only like 5 to 6 minute missions. Now, I mean, that's great. I mean, it's quick missions to run through if you don't have the time to do like a 30-minute strike mission or something like that. But if you just don't get that much loot from it or anything else, what's the point? You know what I mean? So I'm curious to see about that. I've heard a lot of people talking about the missions themselves, but of course, my thing, it's a beta. They're not going to put that many missions into the game anyways. I'm pretty sure in my second gameplay episode that'll be out either before or after this, because I want to get this review out pretty quickly before people play it this next weekend. Like that, I should be able to get it up after the second gameplay that I've got. But there's a section that there's no audio, and it wasn't on my side at all. It just all of a sudden cut out. But I think it was more of just like them cutting it out for the actual full release game and stuff like that, so it doesn't really ruin anything up to this point. So I'm not as upset about that. I understand, like I said, it's only a beta. They just want people to play it just to make sure like servers are good, let people kind of try out some heroes and stuff like that and everything too. And I know the other big gripe has been PS4 exclusives. Now I will say that, like I said, I'm gonna play this game at full release when it comes out, and I am looking forward to it. But I was a little pissed off when I found out that PS4 is getting the Spider-Man DLC free kind of thing. So, of course, I mainly play on Xbox, and sometimes I have a few like PC games I play here and there, and I'll play like PS4 exclusives. Like, I've got all three. I'm not like an Xbox fanboy or PS4 fanboy or anything like that. I've got all three. I've got a PC, PS4, and Xbox. But I've been so done with the exclusives for either side. Like, I wouldn't want Xbox either to have an exclusive. I would, if I was a PS4 fanboy, I'd be pissed off too, you know, kind of thing. If it was vice versa. But overall, I just think that, and I know why they did it, the money issues and stuff like that, and even gameplay rights and blah 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 type stuff. So I get it to an extent, but I mean, with me saying all of that, that brings me to say that I have pre-ordered it on PS4. As much as I wanted to just play on Xbox since I have a One X, but I don't have a PS4 Pro, kind of aggravates me a little bit, you know, not being able to play it on like my better console right now. At least if I had a PS4 Pro, it'd be fine, you know, even though the One X still is better than the PS4 Pro when it comes to like just gameplay overall wise, but we'll see. I don't know. It's going to be one of those characters. Me and some friends might have been talking about it. I feel like a lot of the characters do play the same to an extent. But overall, the abilities and stuff like that have been okay. I'm hoping they kind of expand those out, kind of like how Destiny did with a lot of their DLCs here and there, where they expanded out their overall supers and everything too, to kind of give you more of a choice. And that way it wasn't just the same 3 over and over again kind of thing. So we'll kind of see how that works, just to make sure that it gives a better experience in the long run, hopefully. But like for me, like for example, like Hulk, the main one right now is his Thunderclap. Now it's cool and all, it looks good in game, and it does good damage and stuff like that. But like I would want something else. Like the downfall is I'm just not really for sure what it could be. So maybe that's what the devs kind of fell into. They just weren't for sure what else to use. But I mean, if it was me, I mean, instead of the rage being the right trigger thing, even though you could still have that, why couldn't you give him some type of ability like that where he just goes absolutely insane, where he is like basically invincible for a period of time while his super's active, kind of thing. So, because that's what Iron Man's is with Hulkbuster and stuff like that. Like while he's in Hulkbuster, you cannot do any damage to him at all, which I like. I think it's something good. It's not for an overpowered period of time or anything like that, but it is a good little, like, if you're getting overrun by a bunch of them, you can just pop it right quick, you know, kind of thing, and hop on into it, and then all of a sudden, like, you're fine, you know, kind of thing too, and you can kind of give your buddies a break and stuff like that too. Now, I haven't gotten to play too much multiplayer just yet. I've only got a couple buddies, because when I pre-ordered it first, I pre-ordered it on Xbox before they announced the Spider-Man DLC. So I had my beta code for Xbox. So I haven't had too many buddies on to play. I'm hoping to run through a few missions and strike missions with some multiplayer, just to see kind of how it's going to work and stuff like that too. So that way I can have some gameplay of that and everything else. But I will say, like I said, this upcoming weekend, if you haven't gotten to play it yet, just download it. You know, play a couple missions. The very beginning of it, you before you even get into where you can select missions, they'll get you to play through, I think it's 2 or 3 missions off the bat, and it kind of introduces you into the game. Like I said, the first mission, you get to use all the characters you'll have at the beginning of the game when it releases anyways. So it kind of gives you a good little introduction of how their like supers work and what their supers are and stuff like that too, because this game I feel like it's gonna be pretty in-depth. So if you're not used to like Destiny or like Borderlands even, you know, a few games like that, then you might want to kind of look out for some of those here and there, because there's gonna be some how-to videos from a lot of people when this game drops. With like, I'm curious if they're gonna have like specific like armor sets that are just like ridiculously good for certain heroes, you know, stuff like that, like how a lot of games are to help with certain boosts that just make you absolutely insane in the game. So that's what I'm kind of hoping for. I don't know. I mean, I usually enjoy a lot of these looter shooter style games for a little while, and they kind of die off. So I'm hoping they kind of keep up with the DLC style content, you know, or like release stuff with as much content as they could have. They could seriously release like a couple new missions like every 2 weeks, or release like a chunk of content like once a month or something, just to extend it out. And character wise, I mean, they've already announced like Hawkeye and a few others. I know Ant-Man was talked about a long time ago, and they had that in one of the pre-order teasers and stuff like that too. But there's so many more characters they could come out with. It's insane how many characters they could do for this game, because you're talking about like Destiny or Borderlands, you're talking about between like 3 to like Borderlands is like what, it's four characters right now, pretty sure 4 or 5, and this game could have hundreds of characters, to be honest with you, and stuff like that. So it'll be nice to see kind of what they try to do with this game. Like I said, overall, I'm not one to really do like specific reviews or anything like that. I've thought about starting to do some here and there, so let me down below in the comments. This isn't really a direct review, because obviously this isn't a full game. I just wanted to kind of give my thoughts on what's going on right now in the beta and everything else, just to kind of give you guys a heads up. But just be on the lookout for a lot of the videos coming here soon, and especially when Madden comes out. Madden will be the next big game for me that comes out, and then obviously the full release of this game will come out about 2 weeks after that. So it'll be a nice break in between, and then I'll be hitting this game hard, because it looks like it's gonna have to be a grind and stuff like that, just like most looter shooters are. So, but like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to go down below, like the video, leave a comment, follow and share on all the major social media platforms. The links will be in the description. And don't forget, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. It's completely free. And let me know in the comments below just some of your thoughts so far. If you've gotten to play the beta or if you're going to be playing it this weekend, let me know. Just kind of let me know your thoughts of it. What's kind of going on? What characters you want to see in the game? What villains would you want to fight in the game? You know, like Thanos of the world, you know, stuff like that. So kind of let me know some of those thoughts down below as well, and I'll be reading those as I go through and that sort of thing, so we can kind of have a little discussion going on and that sort of thing. All right, I'll see you in the next episode. This is Batman signing off. Peace.